Drake is filing a petition against Universal Music Group and Spotify, accusing the companies of, quote, artificially inflating the spread of Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. In the New York court filing, Drake alleges UMG and Spotify, quote, deceived consumers into believing the song was more popular than it was, manipulating the streaming services to make the song go viral.
The story is usually the same, though. You know, these guys work really hard at their craft, but the story ends the same. They usually are broken, torn, and usually just sad. And the story is very sad in the end.
Give me the album sells for $18, right? $18?
Whatever, yeah.
All right. How much of that would you give me?
Well, I don't know how it works.
So Drake is coming for Universal Music Group, y'all, and this drama is bigger than just chart wars or label politics. It's about power, control, and the cost of legacy in the music industry. Well, Drake's lawsuit against UMG claims that they engaged in shady practices, think bots, payola, and manipulation to boost Kendrick Lamar's diss track They Not Like Us. And let's not forget, this isn't just some petty beef between two rappers, but let Drake tell it there's a larger agenda at play to silence artists who get too powerful. But y'all, it gets deeper. Drake has hinted that the same forces working against him might have been involved in the deaths of two of the biggest legends in music history, Michael Jackson and Prince. And if you think that that's a reach, buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into all the tea. So the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef didn't quite end at Kendrick Lamar's They Not Like Us. It's a scathing diss track that accused Drake of some seriously damaging allegations, including being certified PDF file. Wow. The track blew up, dominating summer playlists and dragging Drake's reputation through the mud. And here's the twist. Drake claims UMG played a major role in the song's success.
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales over. Cheers to everybody.
Words live by.
Words to live by. Real talk. Cheers to everybody. Love. W's for everybody. Maxes tonight. Anitas.
When did Max win?
According to legal documents, UMG allegedly used bots to inflate Spotify streams and paid influencers to promote the track, and even ignored copyright violations to ensure that They Not Like Us went viral. Imagine your own label backing a diss track that's tarnishing your name. If that's true, that would explain why Drake was livid. So Drake's legal filing accuses UMG of using payola, a practice where companies make secret payments to get songs more airplay. According to Drake, UMG funneled money to radio stations, Spotify, and influencers to keep Kendrick's track front and center. But let's not forget, this isn't UMG's first payola scandal, because back in 2006, the company was fined $12 million for similar tactics, and seems like old habits might die hard.
I'm Drake. This is XQC, real streaming legend. Me, I do music in case you didn't know. I'm here, as you can see, fully intact. Mind, body, and soul, in case you were wondering.
But that's not all, because Drake is also claiming that UMG's efforts to push Kendrick's track were part of a larger strategy to devalue him. Why? Well, because Drake had become too powerful, and his leverage as an artist, owning his own catalog and generating billions in revenue, was making the label feel uncomfortable. But if you think that Drake's lawsuit was just about them boosting Kendrick Lamar's diss track, think again, because They Not Like Us scandal isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a much larger pattern that exposes the lengths that UMG might go to maintain control over its artists. And as more details come to light, the story only gets darker. To make matters worse, there's speculation that UMG even manipulated copy regulations, turning a blind eye to violations just to ensure the song went viral. So this wasn't just a standard marketing campaign. Let Drake tell it was an all-out assault on his reputation. Well, Drake's lawsuit doesn't just call out UMG for fraud, it hints at something even bigger. The rapper's legal team alleges that the company might be violating the Racketeer, Influenced, and Corruption Organizations Act, RICO. Yeah, we're talking about racketeering charges, the kind you'd expect in a mafia movie, not the music industry. And if Drake's claims are true, this could blow the lid off the secret practices that have been quietly shaping the music scene for decades. What makes this even more shocking is how detailed Drake's filing is. He's demanding an audit of UMG's payments to platforms like iHeartRadio and Spotify, suggesting that these shady dealings might be widespread. And if the evidence stands up and holds up in court, this lawsuit could go from a simple case of defamation to a full-blown industry scandal.
Basically saying that Spotify and UMG came together to make it seem like he ain't got no motion and that everything Kendrick did was gold. I think Kendrick caught a wave and it did damage.
But this is where things might get downright chilling. Drake's battle isn't just about his career, it's about his legacy, and he's hinting that UMG's tactics to control artists might not stop at sabotaging careers. Some believe that the mysterious deaths of legends like Michael Jackson and Prince could be tied to the same system that's now targeting Drake. Now, Drake isn't the first major artist to clash with UMG, because back in 2003, the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson, found himself in a heated legal battle with the label's subsidiary, Motown Records. Now, Jackson accused UMG of breaching a 1980 agreement that promised him royalties for his pre-1976 solo work and Jackson 5 recordings. Not only did UMG fail to pay him a dime, but they also released albums and licensed songs without his consent.
This is very important because throughout the years, black artists have been taken advantage of. And it's time now that we have to stop this incredible injustice.
The lawsuit was a fight for ownership of his masters, and Jackson sought to reclaim his rights to all his early recordings, but it didn't stop there. Jackson's case highlighted how artists, no matter how legendary, often have to wrestle with the very entities that profit from their talents. But this is where things took a dark turn. Some fans on social media are connecting the dots between Drake and Michael Jackson's battles with UMG, suggesting that the label may have a pattern of using damaging allegations to control its artists. One theory floating around claims that UMG could have promoted the PDF file allegations against Michael Jackson to undermine him during his lawsuit. And now with the They Not Like Us, fans speculate that the same tactics are being used against Drake.
When you're talking about children, we met Gavin, and it was a great privilege to meet Gavin because he's had a lot of suffering in his life.
Yeah.
When Gavin was there, he talked about the fact that he shares your bedroom.
Yes.
Can you understand why people would worry about that?
Because they're ignorant.
But is it really appropriate for a 44-year-old man
But to make matters
share
worse,
a
Kendrick
bedroom
Lamar's They Not Like Us was
a
nominated
child
for
who is not
5
related to him
Grammy
at all?
Awards,
That's a beautiful
including
thing.
Record and Song of the
That's not
Year.
a worrying thing.
Meanwhile, Drake's
Who's the
own
criminal?
diss tracks,
Who's the
including
criminal? Who's
Push-Ups
Jack
and
the Ripper in the
Tailor-Made
room?
Freestyle, were completely snubbed.
This is a guy-
Imagine going toe-to-toe with your rival with the hip-hop beef of the year, only to watch your rival's song soar to new heights. Drake's frustration isn't just about reputation anymore. Let him tell it, it's about how the industry plays favorites.
You know, Kendrick's being nominated for Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Song, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Music Video. Not Like Us was Best Performance, and Like That was Best Performance. Best Rap Song, Not Like Us, and Like That. He's being nominated for like 7 Grammys. So
Well, Drake's legal battle with UMG is apparently about more than just Not Like Us. His deal with the label goes beyond music, covering ventures in film, television, and brand partnerships. And if Drake were to pull out of his contract, it wouldn't just be a blow to UMG. It could also be a massive setback for himself. This deal represents a significant chunk of Drake's creative freedom, and walking away might mean starting over in some areas of his career. But that's not all, because UMG knows what's at stake, and they're not going to go down without a fight. In a statement, the label denied the accusations, calling them absurd and insisting that their marketing practices are ethical. Well, Drake's battle with UMG isn't the first time an artist has taken on a major label, and it certainly won't be the last, because even the legendary Prince, known for his uncompromising artistry, had a storied history of clashes with record companies, including UMG. Now, let me tell you, the drama with Prince wasn't just about the music, it was about control, ownership, and the artist's rights to their legacy. It all started with Prince's debut album, For You, in 1977. Even as a fresh-faced 19-year-old, when Warner Brothers executives visited his studio during a session, he kicked them out after they dared to suggest adding bass to a track. The boldness set the tone for his lifelong struggle for artistic freedom.
Searched deep within my heart and spirit, and I wanted to make a change and move to a new plateau in my life. And one of the ways in which I did that was to change my name and sort of divorce me from the past and all the hang-ups that go along with it.
But as Prince's career skyrocketed with hits like Purple Rain in 1999, so did his frustrations with the industry. Despite Warner Brothers' reputation as an artist-friendly label, Prince clashed with them over their release schedules and their ownership of his masters. He wanted to release music as he pleased, whether it was a 3-song EP or a 70-track album. The label's response? A hard no.
Why then did you choose the artist formerly known as?
Well, I didn't choose that. That was
Chosen for you. What would you have chosen?
I
I mean, did you think of a name? What is your name at birth?
My name at birth was Prince Rogers.
So, did you think of Nelson?
No.
Rogers. Were you thinking of a name?
No, it didn't come to me.
Well, in 1992, Prince negotiated what was touted as one of the biggest music deals of all time, $100 million contract with Warner Brothers, and it included 6 albums and a $10 million advance for per record. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, not exactly for Prince. While the deal gave him significant royalties and funding, it also came with restrictions on how and when he could release music. Now, for an artist as prolific as Prince, that was suffocating. When adding fuel to the fire, Prince realized he didn't own his masters, a discovery that left him furious. Imagine pouring your heart and soul into your work only to find out that somebody else owns it and controls how it's used. Prince found this so abhorrent that it led to one of his boldest moves yet. So when Drake takes on UMG, he's not just fighting for himself, he's continuing a legacy of artists like Prince who refused to back down in the face of exploitation, and as history shows, the fight for control is far from over. So when you line up Michael Jackson's case with Drake's current struggle, it's hard not to see a pattern. Both artists accuse the label of putting profits above integrity. Both faced reputational damage at critical points in their careers, and in both cases, the fight wasn't just about money. It's about control. The question is, how far will UMG go to protect its interests? And if Drake's claims hold up in court, what other skeletons might come tumbling out of the industry's closet? Now, Drake believes UMG's decision to promote Kendrick's diss track wasn't just about boosting one artist over another. It was about sending a message. No one is bigger than the label. And Kendrick, who's also signed under the UMG umbrella through TDE and Interscope, might not have realized how he was being used as a pawn in a much larger game.
Lawsuit. There's probably people at Universal, there's people that got real vested interest in Drake. That is a multi-billion-dollar entity. They're like, you gotta protect your name.
By propping up Kendrick Lamar's track They Not Like Us, UMG didn't just hurt Drake's reputation. They slowed his momentum, impacted his earnings, and weakened his negotiating power. It's corporate sabotage disguised as music promotion. Well, Drake has generated billions for UMG, so why would they want to turn on him? Well, according to the lawsuit, it's all about control. Drake owns his catalog, and he was pushing for an even bigger deal after this rumored $400 million agreement in 2022. But instead of negotiating in good faith, UMG allegedly used Not Like Us to devalue him. And when you're worth as much as Drake, even a small dip in reputation can cost millions. Well, Drake's legal filing isn't just about seeking damages, it's a preemptive strike. By exposing UMG's shady tactics, he's putting the spotlight on an industry that operates in the shadows. His lawsuit could pave the way for other artists to step forward and demand accountability. And after all, if the industry can do this to someone as powerful as Drake, what's stopping them from doing it to everybody else? But what do y'all think about this? Could Drake's fight with Universal Music Group be part of a bigger, more sinister pattern that's been brewing for decades? Or are we really looking at just another industry feud? Or is this a glimpse into how far labels might go to control the legacies of their biggest stars? And if true, what does it say about the fate of artists like Michael Jackson and Prince? Were their deaths just coincidences or something much darker? Let me know what you think about this in the comments, because the tea is hot and everybody and their mama is talking about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Is he gonna perform They Not Like Us at the Super Bowl? And were those music streams bought? Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss an update from Misstee. And hold on tight, because in our next video, we're diving into some even wilder revelations as LaToya Jackson breaks down the shocking details of how her brother's life was tragically cut short. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. See you there.